ダメです。
なんで？
時と場所をわきまえてください。
わかった。
わかってないよ。
今やめて、明日死んだら心残りだしな。
不吉なことを言うな。
Wow, wow, wow. I really think this episode 11 of Unnamed Memory, I gotta say, it was perfection. Like, there's one episode left, so there's still one episode, but like, if the season ended today, even though there's still a lot of looming questions about the Witch of Silence showed up, there's a lot of looming questions still on a lot of different doors that the show has opened for whatever reason. But I really feel like this episode with them getting married at the end, there's nothing else I could ask for. Now, one kind of critique, because I do have to give one critique, and this is actually a positive critique in a way, is I have always thought that this show, focusing on the witch who has never loved and the prince who was cursed falling in love and having that be the story, I always thought was so unique. And Oscar and Tinashe both are so plot-heavy characters that they really work. And it's such an interesting story. And I've always said Unnamed Memory has so much potential to go beyond Plus Ultra than what it even ended up going or reaching the heights that it reached, because the show decided to go into too many other plot lines and stuff. So I've always been like, you know, I think it was kind of a detriment to the show to explore too many different avenues. But what I will say is, like, and here's the critique, is when the show focuses on their love and they have actually progressed, the show is just next level, like fantasy romance to the peak. Like this episode, it had Tinashe and Oscar, right? Kind of like, you know, consummating, you know, their love before they go into battle or whatever. And the funniest moment of this episode was, you know, Oscar initiates some you know, interactivities, and Tinashe was like, yo, stop, like, you know, pick the right time. And, you know, they're about to go into battle, you know, into this big battle, big war tomorrow. And he's like, right now's the time, because if I don't do this, I'm gonna regret it. What if I die tomorrow? And I was like, my guy. I was like, Oscar's all of us. He's like, so he just made it happen. He left all his love marks all over it. I was like, my guy. And Tinashe was proudly wearing them. And she even provoked the princess. She was like, you want Oscar all for yourself, don't you? And just like once the love has been kind of consummated and, you know, anime move forward from there, typically it always gets better and it's always enhanced. And this is just another reason, another episode, another, you know, show that kind of really shows that this is super duper factual in showing that, hey, once that romance kind of reaches that next tier, it really does just accentuate the show, and it really does, you know, do the show a really, really strong justice. So overall, I think this episode of Unnamed Memory was just fantastic. You know, we got in, we took down the witch that cannot be seen. That whole battle was really good. Tinashe was about to, like, you know, flip a switch, but she kind of brought it back in, you know, kind of reined it in and still beat her, still killed her, but doing it, you know, very intellectually and doing it the right way. And I thought that fight was just really, really good. Then, you know, right before the battle was done, you know, Oscar was like, hey, you should marry me. She was like, yes. And he was like, oh my God, you know, because throughout the whole entire season, he's like, every moment he gets, he's like, he just keeps asking. And this time she was like, yeah, let's do it. And he was like taken aback by that. He's like, oh, I gotta go beat some ass then so I can make this happen. And even just their dialogue and their quips, you know, were just really, really good. But you know, the fight happens. They have the marriage, they have the ceremony. Everyone's able to see, you know, the witch and for what she really is. They have an idea of what she is, but all the people get to see her. You know, they consummate the marriage, and then, you know, during that you know, portion of it too, the Witch of Silence, you know, showed up, and telepathically she talked to her. She was like, "Are you here to see the monkey, or are you here to see the boy?" Kind of thing. And again, my really out there theory is the Witch of Silence is his mom. I have to believe that. And if she's not, I'll be really, really surprised. But we'll end up seeing what ends up happening next week, But I would say to put a button in it, I'm completely satisfied if the show were to end today. And I think that's a really good note. So, anyways, that's been Unnamed Memory. This was episode number 11. Let me know all your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. But I think we're eating good today with this episode. So I'll see you guys next week for episode number 12. All right. Peace out, my friends.